Benefits end and people start looking for jobs, they might be harder to find. Employers added 235,000 jobs in August, far short of the 850,000 jobs added in June and nearly 1 million in July. President Joe Biden blames the threat from the Delta variant, COVID-19, and the vaccine hesitancy for the big drop in the number of new jobs.
Even with the progress we've made, we're not where we need to be in our economic recovery. Too many have not gotten vaccinated, and it's creating a lot of unease in our economy and around our kitchen tables.
Here to talk about the impact of these numbers and the expiring benefits, University of Chicago economics professor Austin Goolsbee. Professor, thank you for joining us on this Hour 18. A lot of people argued these expanded benefits, the Fed Benny, kept people from actually looking for jobs. Like, hey, we're getting all this money, never made this so much. And now that's going to be taken away. So what can we expect the job picture to look like without the federal boost?
Well, I think if you were in the camp that was thinking that the main thing that was happening was the unemployment benefits were scaring people away, you're still trying to figure out what happened when about half the states terminated those benefits a couple of months ago, and there really wasn't any notable impact on employment in those states that did it. So I don't think that that's going to do much in terms of generating jobs. People were already, you had to be looking for a job to get unemployment benefits. I think by far the bigger picture is that every time the virus resurges, like it did last fall, November, December, January, we had positive big jobs numbers turn into literally negative. We started losing jobs again, and hopefully this isn't the beginning of that, but it may very well be the beginning of exactly the same thing, where the virus resurges, and then in leisure and hospitality and a bunch of consumer-facing jobs, people just say, no way, I'm not going out and I'm not going to go work there. Yeah,
we have that. Another question on that in just a moment, Professor. So you say the Fed Benny loss, it might be negligible, or at least has been in other states that said, hey, we're not going to give it out. So how worried should we be about this drop in new jobs, this 250,000 new jobs added versus 1 million a couple months ago? Is that of concern?
Yeah, I think we should be very concerned about that. Now, my thing with the benefits is I don't think ending the benefits will be a big positive. I think when you cut off this money, there are millions of people around the country who that's been sustaining their spending, and I think there's going to be a lot of misery when that turns off. And then you add on top of it, the virus cut the jobs. We had more than 1 million jobs last month, and now we're down to 1/4 of that. I think we should be very nervous that this is a sign that the recovery is slowing.
All right, that is all the time we have. A warning there from a man who should know. Professor, we thank you for your time this Friday. Have a safe and happy holiday weekend.